Good evening, everybody, and welcome
Hey,
back to your Mythos. We're
oh,
right
sorry.
live.
Sorry.
The
Uh,
moment we go live.
I'm sorry. We need someone to add Nico to the ringer ticket because Hobbs doesn't want to get in trouble or for us to get disqualified for
We're not.
Nico not
Alec
being
We
Brent
here.
said
are.
it's. Alec Brent said it's.
Alec approved. Okay.
Yes. Or could have DM me.
Well,
Anyway.
after that, talk about a scuffed production to join, come back after a little bit of a break. But good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Mythos. I am your analyst tonight, Caustic. Joining me, we have Mr. Beast here, also known as Spade, as our shoutcaster for the match tonight. Got a fun matchup tonight in the Mortals division as Aphrodite are going to be taking on Loki's Deceit. Looking at the standings as we come into this match, Loki's is in first place, but they took a loss last week, so the god has bled. It's a question tonight of if the god can stop the bleeding as they face Aphrodite, who are currently in the third seed. How are we feeling about the match so far, Spade?
Yes, I
Excited are
am
you?
excited for this match. Aphrodite has grown a lot since their first map. I think their first few games were forfeits, which started off good, pretty good. Not a lot of practice with the team together, but they've been doing pretty well since that, and I think that they have a really good shot at making the god bleed even more, deepening the
Yeah,
wound, as they say.
deepening the wound. That's really the goal tonight. Um, Coming into this match, first map is going to be Nepal, as this is a week 5 matchup. Um, there are not going to be any hero bans to start off on control, as is the typical routine, but maps after this, we will have hero bans active. So it'll be interesting to see. Opening up rosters for both of these teams. For Loki's, they have Nico, Mr. Cool Banana, Silent Ace, Zulko, and Angel Killer. On the side of Aphrodite, they have Aurelia, Mod Hobbs, Ankrush, Lucio, and Genji's Bay. So a fun lineup from both teams. This will be a fun match to watch, and it'll be interesting to see if any teams opt into swaps during this.
It looks like both teams don't have any subs ready or on their hold on, we might have a something going on in the chat. It looks like both teams don't have subs in the spectators, so we might just see some role changes coming around, or we might just see the same roles over and over and over again.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, we're kind of dealing with a little bit of technical side of things just real quick, but it'll be fun to see in this match. I feel like Loki's has something to prove after taking that first loss so far. They need to kind of, not necessarily just to prove, but they also need to they kind of need to get that momentum back to their side. They kind of need to get that
Absolutely.
momentum, get that win under their belt so they can push back stronger. They did face off against Osiris, who was effectively a brand new built team, so a little bit of a different thing than what they were used to, and a different thing that most of the league is used to. So Osiris might become the giant of this of mortals soon, but that will really come with time, as this is technically the match right before the halfway point of the regular season of mortals.
I think
Soon,
this
but
is the
that will
absolute
really
last
come
map
with
or
time.
match before week 6 starts off, which is the second half of the regular season.
Yeah. So after this week is finished, the control maps will basically reset. So your week 1 control map is also going to now be your week 6 control map coming up on this.
Yes, and there will be an
Coming up on this
entire
next week.
new map, not really new map pool, but there is an entirely new order for the games. So, are we good to leak? Because I kind of want to leak. I don't know if it's really leaking, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Basically,
it's just a little bit of technical, technical
true.
stuff on the backside.
So
Getting some rules configured and set up and made sure that everything is proper, so that equal playing fields. Best way
Yeah.
to put it.
So your week 6 match is going to be Samoa, then it's going to be Nepal, Lijiang, Oasis, then Busan. Nothing else on the map pool is changing other than the order of the control maps.
Actually, let me double check that.
I just looked at it.
Week 6 is Lijiang, 7 is Oasis, 8 is Samoa, 9th is Busan, 10th is Nepal.
That's the old one. There's a new one.
Oh, there's a new one.
There's a new one that only FMs
so
and
I
FCs
need to be
can see.
updated.
Yes, there's a new one that is going to be released soon, but you guys get a little sneak peek, little leak.
Okay, well that is fair. It looks like both teams are going to be ready to start here momentarily, so we should be getting into the map relatively soon, getting into the swing of things.
Alrighty.
Nepal is going to be a map that a lot of these teams probably didn't practice as much as the other teams in the list. It's going to be a map, if I had to take a guess, that a lot of teams are going to put on the back burner up into that week 10 type scenario.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if a lot of the teams kind of expect for this to kind of be a map that they'll review right before the end of the I expect them to have a comfort map where they'll say, okay, let's not worry about scrimming this map for this week. Let's just run Nepal to make sure we have practice for week 10.
Alrighty, looks like we are about to head into the first map of this series. Let's go.
Yep.
Going in.
Take it away. As my showcaster, this is a little bit of your time to shine as the teams are going to assemble their heroes right now.
Absolutely. So, alright, we're on Village Nepal. A lot of things can be played on here. Let's see what the teams conjure up. This is the longest 10 seconds of my life.
I know, the suspense. So right off the bat, Aurelia's going to be on the Tsar. I like the Tsar pick. I like the sim for the TP out spawn from Aphrodite. The May, I do kind of like as well. You can box off some opponents. It'll feel pretty. I feel like that'll work pretty well in their matchup. Nico on this Maga is going to be a challenge to make sure that they don't charge in too far and get walled off.
True. Nico is very, very commonly known to play Malga a lot. I will say he has always played Malga. He always will be a Malga one trick. Malga
jump in, looking for a target, but is gonna get taken down.
Mr. Cool Banana with the 2. They do get some trades though. Cool Banana with the 3. It's just Aurelia alive left on the Aphrodite.
Really good first fight there. Aurelia is gonna take the sorry. Aurelia's gonna be able to kite by a wow, the top part is wrong, but the graphic part is wrong. Aphrodite will take the loss on the first fight as Loki's will
Wall does come out from Aphrodite though, and Genji does fall to the venture. They have no support on the Aphrodite.
Aurelia's forcing to come out of their bubble with this composition. That venture is going to be able to play so safe and just kind of go in and out with the aggression and not necessarily get pushed for it that fast, as Modhobbs is going to get taken down at the end there by Zulko with the help of the venture. I feel like this venture is going to be a big problem for Aphrodite. I don't feel like they're playing joint up enough to actually be able to punish the venture. I feel like the venture is going to punish them more for how they're playing this.
especially on those off angles. The TP comes in, they go straight to point. Aurelia off the Zarya onto the Malka, matching Nico. Nico does rush in. The Venture Ult comes out from Mr. Cool Banana, and Nico falls. That's 2 down on Loki's side, and Aphrodite looks to see like they're winning this next fight.
Yeah, Aphrodite, only one switch was made, but maybe they figured, okay, if they keep beating us where we're trying to TP into them on the top part, let's just TP down to the bottom. Let's TP to the point. Let's make it so that they have to worry about the point first. And by doing that, they were able to take that that fight, get some point progress on the way to the cell. Now they're going to look to try and set up
The Mail comes out from Mod Hobbs, getting 3 of them. Mr. Cool Banana finds 1, but gets traded immediately, and it's just a 2. Ooh, Nico finds Aurelia. Aphrodite needs to be careful here.
They have that TP available if they need it. Maybe they're going to be forced to use the Suzu to get out. But now the rest of the team for Loki is kind of regrouped up and ready to go. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge here to see if he can stay alive.
Banana does fall really low. I think they're just Loki's just regrouped a lot faster than Aphrodite did, and they just got picked off one by one in that fight. It wasn't even a fair 5v5. It's just they regrouped faster and it turned into a 3v5.
That plus the ult usage. Now Aphrodite has to be careful as this Venture's trying to look for a potential early pick to solidify this point for the team. TP is the teleport is not going to go the route they want. Both August charging into each other, but one walled off. He's going to get the DPS pop as well. He's going to see DPS pop, keeping the Naga from inside Aphrodite alive. Suzu gets popped as well, but they have to contest the point. The rest of Aphrodite are going to be able to contest the point. Clown Ace is going to get taken out at the end. And Aphrodite will at least sustain this a little bit longer, not giving Loki's to 99 on the point just yet. Forced to
Nico does rush on him. It's the cage from Nico, but he falls immediately. The Venture Ult does come out, finds nobody. May Ult coming out again. I think this is a fight win for Aphrodite here. As we did see, cage went out. Nico blew up immediately inside of the cage. On Loki's, the Venture Ult did come out too. Found nothing, and that's just a fight win for Aphrodite.
I feel like the Venture Ult could have found a lot more value. I think really they were hoping that they would be able to keep Nico alive a bit longer within that fight. They just weren't able to. If Nico stays alive a little bit longer, they get more people in the cage, that Venture Ult could be huge. You keep them all in this small corner and they just get punished for it heavily. But now,
absolutely,
we're going to see a little bit of similar compositions. The only change that I can see is you're going to have Loki's Kiriko switching over to the Juno instead.
They are playing double speed now, I will say, which is interesting. For the Malka, he won't be. Oh, interesting TP play from Aphrodite, and they're going to find Silent Ace on the right side. Nico charges in, almost finding... Oh, Mr. Cool Banana finding 3 of them. Getting 4. Will he get 5? Will he get 5? He does find 5. Mr. Cool Banana with the 5K.
The TP up to the top is good. It lets you get the first pick right off of the bat. It lets you set up for the high ground. The problem with it is that if they're setting up for the high ground, they got that first pick, but they weren't able to see it. That's kind of where they got punished. We're gonna wall off. We're gonna get taken down one by one. They get stomped on to end it. And Lucio's the only one left alive. They're trying to run for their life. But they get
Oh, he
tapped
does not
and
escape.
destroyed by Silent Ace. That's a bit of a stagger.
Sojourn en route.
I mean,
Montons go over to the Surge now, opting out of the
the TP comes out on the right side. Not very useful though. There is the Soj and Lucio behind them. Uncrush does fall to Mr. Cool Banana. Gets the trade on Nico though. Genji's Bay falling low. Gets traded from the Venture. This is anyone's. This might be going to the side of Loki's. Aphrodite does flip the point though. Fighting for his life on point. Silent Ace falling low. Modhob's losing to Silent Ace. Aphrodite still has the point here. Cage falls on the point. Aurelia walks into the cage, and then there comes the ventral.
That is the part of the ventral that I kind of tried to talk about earlier. Yeah, they did kind of run into the cage a little bit. I wanted to see whether or not they into that cage. But from the side of Loki's, they ran into that cage. That's just a perfect combo ult scenario. You can really use that combo with that venture to get infinite value. You saw it get there. Now after that,
Aphrodite already down 3. Lucio is on point though. No pun intended. His name is Lucio and he's playing Lucio, but he is going to fall. And I think that's a map win or not a map win. That's a point win for Loki's, and this is going to the third point.
Going to the third point. I like some of the concepts that you're seeing from Aphrodite running that sim, kind of looking for the TPs. I feel like the sim is not necessarily getting the TPs where they want it to.
Everyone ready?
Along with that, you're also dealing with the Venture, and that's going to be a bit of a challenge. That Venture is looking for grouped up teams, and that sim is looking to keep their team grouped up with the TPs and get them into prime locations. So if that Venture knows that they're going to be trying to do that as their primary objective, the Venture's just going to keep finding pick after pick because they're going to keep setting themselves up in the spots to do that.
Absolutely. They're going to need to find a way to get rid of that Venture or hinder her into, you know, not killing all them when they're grouped together. I got Aurelia back.
Ramatra, though.
Yes, off of the Malga, he decided to go on to the Ramatra. Keeping everything else, though. Loki's has the same comp, too, with the double speed with the Juno and the Lucio. Modhop's falling really low.
He'll stay alive, however.
Malga charges in here, doesn't find anything. Mr. Cool Banana falling low. Nico falling low. They might...
Very well.
Yes. TP comes out, finds nothing. That this is It is a 4v5 and they're playing without. That's Nico down. This is looking like a fight.
A bit better. They need to cap the point though. They do finally cap the point. They've kind of figured out a little bit more how they want to play this. They want to keep themselves in angles where that Venture is going to have to use through them, just to try and aggress to start off. If they put themselves in a position where that Venture can kind of walk to them, that's where they'll deal a little bit some more struggle. So they're kind of using these off angles to make it.
Yes, they want this Venture to play out in the open too, and on like very, very awkward angles. Aurelia falls to Silent Ace really early. Silent Ace falling low also. Mr. Cool Banana finds Ankh Rush. Lucio falling really low. Genji getting the trade on the Juno. Silent Ace very, very low. It is winnable for anybody. Ankh Rush finds Silent Ace. Mr. Cool Banana in the backline chasing Genji Bay. They're both supports on point. Looking at...
It's gonna fall, but
it is... Aurelia is back though, so this could be a fight. This could be a fight win for Aphrodite.
Fight for Aphrodite, definitely, as they're going to take down Silent Ace as well. Modhub's looking for a pick. They're gonna find a pick on the Silent.
Ooh.
That's a really good pick to find. Sure, it doesn't necessarily result in a stagger, but that's still a lot of potential, and you have almost full ults on hand for both teams. They're going to try and pressure out the Sim TP here, but you're looking at probably an ult drop in this next
Ooh,
round.
the right silent ace with the.
Pop the right hooks right away. But it's gonna
Genji
get
does
taken down
find
by
silently.
Genji's Bay.
They're. Modhop's getting rushed though in the back line. It is a 4v5. Zulka. Oh.
Lucio will find the
Sojol.
venture. You're gonna see Modhobs pop the Sojol, just looking for the rest of the targets, taking down Silent Ace as well. For a little bit of
And
a
I don't
stagger pick.
think
Silent
that
Ace
they
was
get
the last
attached
one
here
able to
either.
touch.
And there is still so many.
Roll out properly.
Then
Slow is gonna be a pain.
there's still so many ults on the board too. Anything could happen here. I think that
He gets
on
popped for the venture ult, but the wall from Ankh is gonna pop as well. Overtime is ticking. Silent Ace is gonna try and touch. They're gonna get boosted off right away. And then taken down by Ankrush afterwards. As Loki desperately trying to keep it alive, but they're going to lose the first map as Aphrodite will take a 1-0 lead.
Now, in that last
Talk
fight-
about a first map back to back.
I know. In that last fight, everybody had their ults and nobody popped them other than the 2 Soj ults. But on the last touch, that's when everybody popped their ults. I think that just on the side of Aphrodite, they had more I don't want to say coordinated ults, but their ults had like more of a use because most of them were just coming back and then just dying and then coming and then like trying to come back. It's basically a 1v5, just trying to come back and touch the point for as long as they can, and hopefully it does something. But I think that the ults on Aphrodite's side was more coordinated than on the Loki side.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like part of it is the ult coordination. I feel like Loki's did have really good ult coordination. I feel like part of it as well is just that Aphrodite was able to adapt fairly early on.
Mm-hmm.
That I feel like helped them a lot. Because Aphrodite definitely, after that second point, weren't necessarily in the best position. But I feel like afterwards, they really found where they wanted to play, how they wanted to play, what they wanted to adjust, what they felt was their biggest weakness. And I feel like that's the primary reason, along with the gameplay that we see from all of the players, that they were able to take this first map. And now Loki's will get the next map choice, along with the first hero ban, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. We shall see the map pick coming from Loki soon, and it comes.
It comes very
Tris-
fast.
Trisket, is he on the?
That's Biscuit, who I believe is part
I
of
don't-
Loki's. Yeah.
Oh,
Biscuit
is he?
part of Loki's.
Oh,
yes.
okay. Okay, I did not know that.
Sorry,
Wait, why
there's
is he?
context
I
in the
need-
backhand? Biscuit is one of the like FMFCs. so
okay, okay.
They're the higher up stuff.
Okay. Suravasa. Not a bad map pick. I love a lot of teams like Suravasa. Suravasa is a very rushy, brawly orientated map, which I like to see, especially with the Mauga. It seems to be working pretty nice.
And we are going to see a switch here as well from the side of Loki's, as Cool Banana is going to go over to the support side. Zulko is going to stay on the support as well. Angel Killer is going to go to the bench, and Viper is going to come in for the DPS side of things, as rosters will start to lock. Aphrodite's will lock their roster as well, so same roster from Aphrodite that we saw previously.
I don't think
And from
Aphrodite's changing their
Loki's.
roster all night either, because
Well, you
they
never
have.
know.
Oh,
So we do have
Simban.
first ban,
From Loki.
Simban from Loki's, yeah, which makes sense. If they're playing Suravasa and they're wanting to play that venture, the main thing that was helping Aphrodite deal with that venture was the Sim, having the TPs out and kind of being able to use that to force high grounds. So I can definitely see why Loki's would take it to Suravasa, being a very fast, open, you want to play in the face of your opponent type of map. And I can definitely understand the sim ban, because that was kind of the main thing that was helping them on the previous maps.
Absolutely, the sim was, you know, Symmetras obviously did like to help the Malga or the Vermatra move around the map easier, quicker, and make those big plays that can help win in the fight. So the sim ban is very, very good here, especially since Ankh is a very well-known sim player too.
Yeah. With that, Afro has the response ban. They can't ban a DPS, but they have the ban options for the supports and the tanks. And that's kind of part of the question of what do you choose to ban. I could see a lot of people saying you go for a Lucio ban, it's a speed map and stuff like that. The counterpoint, they've already shown for the side of Loki's that they're comfortable on the Juno. They have played it, they will play it. So I feel like you need to kind of look a different route. What's a hero that you feel they like to play a lot that you might not want to have to deal with?
Drum roll, please. Malga.
They haven't banned it yet. Bans are still on the table. But
yeah,
that Maga has been showing up for the entirety of that last map, but they're going to go a different route. They've opted to ban the ball, and I will say, Suravasa, you can see ball played on this map. So I do kind of understand where they're getting at. Ball's also a bit of a speedy character. Maybe you feel confident that you found something that worked against the Maga, even without the sim, when you were playing that Ramatra, or maybe you feel more confident on a different tank. So you feel like your best idea is to force them to play that Maga if they want to have a speedy tank, so that you can continue to punish that tank and hopefully get the value you want out of it.
I was thinking that Aphrodite was also gonna go with the Malga side of the ban, because that is a tank that Nico does love playing. I know Nico does also play the ball, and this is a good ball map.
But if
I was expecting to see the Malga ban.
Then why not force them?
Would you really need to ban it?
Yeah, why not force them to be on it?
Also, anything could happen too. They could run the same comps again on a different map.
That is also
and it could turn out completely different.
So both teams are R. We're just going to get into the map soon on the prod side of things. Interesting to see with the new switches what's going to come out from it. And we'll be going into the map in 3, 2, 1. So we're going
Alrighty, we are in
on the Assemble Heroes bit for a little, but it's going to be fun. Curious to see what the bans as well. As hey, we got the graphic HUD fixed. Yippee!
Yep. Hey.
We got Torbjorn in the back using the hammer, working on the graphics.
That looks weird.
Like that.
Aphrodite's inch.
Well,
it's Aphrodite's inch.
It can only fit certain parts of it, but this is interesting.
Aphrodite's inch is funny
Ram
though.
Versus Ram now. Lucio carry for both teams. Ankrush is on
The
Sombra.
signature Sombra.
The signature Sombra. I like it because you're expecting certain heroes with that. And then it'll probably work out pretty well against this Loki's team if you can get a hack onto someone like that, then Vendetta. You can punish them heavily. So it might honestly come down to how Ankrush can be playing with Sombra coming into this map.
I have not seen a lot of Pharahs on this map either. I have not seen a lot of Pharah being played on this map.
You can see Pharah being played a little bit because of the height. Pharah's gonna get hacked first, but Ankrush is gonna get taken down.
They all just turned on Ankrush.
Be a backside menace, but the rest of the team is kind of being forced to try and kite away as Mohawk's taken down by Fight on.
Viper is cooking up a storm so far with the Vendetta here. Vendetta, very, very strong character on release. Still is a very strong character. Me personally, I love playing a little bit of Vendetta. She's a great hero, very strong hero. Very, I wouldn't say very hard. Hero.
Not very
what is
hard,
it?
maybe hard meta.
Yeah, not
He's
it's
very low. He's gonna have to try and grab a health pack or get some healing. But they have to try and get a pick early on here as Viper. Trying to go into a backline menace. Yes, they can contest them, but they're not gonna be able to right yet as two early picks make that 3 and a 4th.
This Loki's team has evolved from last time.
Oh, the Loki's team, as you will learn, will get a fire put under them, and that will be when the spark ignites. And now, I feel like they need to figure out how to deal with Viper. I feel like Viper is being one of their main problems, and having that Pharah set up where they can, poke stand damage once Viper is in is going to be
Aurelia does go in for the touch and does get it. Nico finds Genji's Bay. Aurelia falling a little bit low here. Oncrush does find the Zulko though. Viper coming into the fight. Full HP does get hacked though. Lucio falling to Viper. It's a 2v1 on point. Viper is very low.
They have to contest. They have to contest C9.
Point. They C9.
They C9 the point. Silent Ace gets taken down afterwards, but they C9 the point nonetheless. So that death can be kind of pushed aside. They had what looked to be a good start there, but Loki's were definitely strong. They had a good start of maybe getting a fight win. They won the fight, they lost the war as the point went over to Loki's, and Loki's early on looking to get this next flashpoint space and hold it down.
Aphrodite very out of position right here. They're extremely split. There's the Cass and Kiri in their backline, and then the 3 of them are on the other side here. There is a 2v2 happening. Modhouse does find Viper though in the backline. Mr. Cool Banana falling 1 HP to the Cass though.
I feel like this Cass is going to do really good. You got the hot. Ooh, you got the
EMP comes out.
3. And despite the early point progress for Loki's, Aphrodite will be able to get it going their way, and with only really 1 ult committed, which is kind of what you want to see. You don't want to overcommit too many ults on an early fight like that, because you know you have to sustain through a couple ults if you're on the side of Aphrodite. If you're on the side of Loki, you're probably looking to see maybe get a big Ven ult or a big Pharah ult as well. Pharah looking to take down Mod Hobbs. That's also something you could look for.
Genji's base falls 1 HP to the I almost said Venture. Vendetta, the barrage, I can't think of it, comes out from Silent Ace, and then Lucio pops the beat out front for the Ram ult on the point. The Vendetta ult comes out on point here, finds Lucio. Then the Aurelia pops his
rampages, basically.
It could be winnable. Zuko finding 1 HP, and then kills all 3 of them, winning them. I think this is the point win one for them, unless the Pharah tries to touch.
You will have the Pharah to potentially touch the Lucio as well, but it's going to depend how the Lucio roll it.
They decided not to touch.
They're going to opt to try and go to the next flashpoint. The flashpoint is going to be
Palace. Honestly, one of my favorite ones. You know, this one actually has a lot more high ground than the other ones too, I will say. But this is honestly one of my other favorite ones. Noon comes out. Nico falling low to Aurelia.
Lucio takes down the other Lucio.
Lucio versus Lucio, and the Lucio won. Which one? We'll never know.
You're going to have Onkrush trying to cause some chaos on the sideline. That's actually helping their team a lot. It's forcing Loki's turn. And I think Loki's kind of getting distracted. It might be one of their detriments. She's going to try and bait and toy with their food for a little bit here. Silent Ace is going to be able to live, but they have to be careful with Loki. They They have to make sure they're only committing what they need.
Silent Ace does find Mod Hobbs though. Genji's Bay getting Silent Ace finding 2. Viper falling extremely low, and Silent Ace does get 3 of them. Will he get 4 or 5? Will he be like his predecessor, Mr. Cool Banana?
Zoko does pop the high noon. I feel like it's a little bit too late at that fight. Pop the high noon. You already had 2 picks. You already had a 2-player advantage. I feel like the high noon isn't going to get the value that you necessarily want it to. But now, despite the fact that they don't have many ults in hand, they can build up this rampage. A Silent Ace takes down Honk.
He was talking about Kiri Rush, not High Noon, by the way. You said High Noon instead of Kiri Rush.
My bad. Well, I'm having dementia. Really,
apparently, Mike's fighting very, very low.
Holy! Have the open hand to do it. And then hit your up from Eagle as well. You have to be careful and be aware of the point. Really, I'm going to try and do some damage about this Eagle. They're not going to just yet. And Viper and Nico are going to take down the rest of Aphrodite. And despite Lucio's best efforts, they're not going to be able to contest. So 2-1 lead so far for Loki's on this flashpoint.
Let's head to that objective.
This is a map, I'll tell you. These teams are going back and forth with these points.
They really
And it's
are.
entertaining. This is a really entertaining map.
Are
Are you not entertained?
Both Aurelia and Mod Hobbs have the high noon, but Viper and Silent Ace have this barrage, and I feel like Silent Ace is ready and Lauren to pop it if they find an opportunity. Going into the small room, they're gonna pop it. Looking to take down 2, they will.
What is with you and High Noons? You were obsessed with
Not
everybody
barrage,
having High
dang
Noon.
it.
You were
Has
obsessed
High
with
Noon.
everybody. Yes, you were obsessed with everybody having High Noon. Aurelia has High Noon. Zuko has
Everyone
High
has high
Noon.
noon.
Silent Ace has High Noon.
Oops, all high noons.
I don't know. Ramatra with a High Noon would be pretty
Yeah.
useless.
Well, if it was in the middle of their ult as well, maybe different stories.
Maybe the punch. Lucio is very Aurelia is fine. Mr. Cool, but Viper does pull out the Vendetta ult, finding nobody. Nico falling very, very low. Lucio finding Nico. Aurelia 1v1ing the Pharah. Aurelia does fall to Zulko though. That is very, very good for Aphrodite with that early cap too. It is a 4v2 on point though. They just need to hold. Ooh, Mod Hobbs finding Silent Ace. Very big pick. On Crush falling very, very low. Viper falling half HP. The Noon does come out from
They
top.
have the player advantage. They find 2.
Viper 1 HP here. Nico does trade with Mod Hobbs. And it's just Nico 1 point here.
Talk about a way to turn the tables there. Mod Hobbs finding a high noon. Finally. Finally, the high noon is the proper call for me, but they find a high noon, they get 2, so they turn that 3v2 into a 1v2 at the time. And then the rest of the team comes back to help them with that fight win. So now they have the point progress, they have it on their side, but they need to hold it to force a 5th match point on this flashpoint here. But they just really only have the right
The rush does come out from Zulko though. And then the counter, and then the beat comes out from Lucio. Viper falling 1 HP to Mod Hobbs. The B-Jax!
the beat!
Mr. Coolman Jaxing his beat. 3 ults does come out from Loki's, and only 2 comes out from Aphrodite. And we are heading into the last point of the flashpoint.
Going to Temple.
Also one of my
Temple
favorite maps
seems to
too.
be honestly, Temple seems to be one of the last flashpoints in most cases. Rookies will get the point progress early on, but Punk does have this EMP. If they find the right targets, they can get some huge value, but Viper's looking out for them right now. Viper is setting themselves up to try and scout out the Sombra. Punk is looking for the EMP. They're going to get 3. You're going to see the Consuming Rush get popped from Julian.
Nico does 2 though, finding low HP though. Nico falling 1 HP though. He does fall to Aurelia. And it's just Modhobbs on point. Will he 4v1? Let's see. He did not.
He will not. Sniper
Oh,
has his ult.
Silent
Silent
Ace,
Ace
though.
is taken down early. Oncrush is really just looking to try and get these early picks for their team and be a menace. Even if they force attention, that's their goal.
Oncrush forcing out Suzu from the Zulko to save Viper's life. Very good. Probably has cooldown back by now, but very good. Very, very good Suzu usage, I would say.
Definitely has cooldown by now, but they're also forcing them to turn and put in a lot of effort onto That's the goal. Silent Ace is finding two.
Two of them. Oncrush finds Lucio and trades. Oncrush finding two of them. Nico finding Genji's Bay. Oncrush finding three of them. Will okay.
Oncrush is gonna retreat,
That-
but yes, it's a loss. Yes, it's a fight loss. What Oncrush is doing at this point is trying to set themselves up for an OT touch. Trying to keep themselves nimble, keep themselves quick, get themselves in a spot where they can use force OT, force some distractions, get Modhobbs to get a pick early on here. And with that, they're trying to use that momentum for their team. They don't have the ult advantage right now. Viper's gonna pop the ult. Looking for a pick, not gonna get one. Nico's gonna pop their ult. Aurelia's gonna get their ult right at the same time.
Finish the fight. And now we are
down.
in one fight territory. One and a two. We are in like game point territory for Loki's Deceit here.
Despite how often I keep mentioning them, Oncrush is going to be vital here. If Oncrush can build up this EMP, that'll be huge. Not necessarily a lot of ults in hand so far. They're going to pop the Casino Rush, so that's the main ult that Loki can. If Oncrush can get this EMP, they can use it on his mercy. Oncrush almost moved off the map, but will live as the beat is being used. Oncrush going to play
This fight is very big. The beat comes out from Mr. Cool Banana. Viper and Silent Ace finding two of them. It isn't even. There are down one on the Aphrodite side. Huge EP.
It's just the Lucio left, but this is looking like a fight lost so far, and it's going to be a 1-1.
And this is, yep, this is looking like a map win for Loki's
Viper hitting
Deceit.
the teabag right at the end as well. At the end of that map, doing a little bit of teabagging.
Do a little bit of a dance. Do a little bit of a dance. He was just dancing. He was just dancing. He was just
Could
dancing.
be a bit of teabagging. You never know.
Nah,
Both
he's just
teams, if they
dancing.
feel that it's necessary to call it out, but nonetheless, good comeback map win for Loki. So not without its challenges. Aurelia will get play of the game here. In the punches formation, finding at least two, and that third pick at the end.
Jump scare at the end with the Venture or the Vendetta.
Surprise. I thought it was a Lucio from my perspective.
It was Viper hitting his dash into the fucking point.
Are we allowed to curse?
Yes, we are.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with
sorry.
cursing, probably. If we aren't,
I'm used to
it's
different
too bad.
servers where it's like we cannot curse. But yeah, so after that, Aphrodite will have map pick now and first ban. I'm curious to see if they decide to ban something like that Vendetta with the first ban pick, or if they save it. So that's another part of the ban options, is to save a ban for later, when you are really on your last end of the rope and you need something that you feel is going to push you forward.
They can also go for the option of protect banning something else, like if they want to keep their Sombra, if they want to keep their make log. Oh, okay, I got it. If they want to protect ban their Sombra, if they want to, do anything with their DP or with their DPS or supports, they can protect ban their
That's true as well.
one of their
Protect
players.
bans are a big factor, which is why I would not be surprised if they're going to look to maybe protect ban on a DPS, just because of the fact of the Sombra getting a lot of value, and the Sim. They can't ban the Sim, but
They cannot.
they do have the option of banning a different DPS, protecting that Sombra. But on a plus side, and I've said this before, score is 1-1 for those of you asking in chat. These maps have been very close, and that's a big part of it. Is these maps are not curb stomp maps. This isn't a 2-0, 3-0 on maps type scenario. These are close neck and neck maps. So,
Yes, this is going to be a stream. This is going to be a fight to watch. These guys are just going back and these guys are just going to go back and forth and back and forth. And map hit does come out.
Taking it over to Numbani.
A lot of hate goes to this map. Like a lot. I'm one of the people who is like on the map. I don't really like it, but I also don't really not like it. A lot of people share that too. A lot of people just up and hate the map. A lot of people love the map. But there was a lot of yelling and screaming at Bona for putting this in the map pool. I will say that.
But you want to know a hero that works pretty well on this map?
Vendetta.
That's one of them.
Vendetta.
But I was also thinking a bit of the Sim.
True.
If
Sim
your
does
attack,
work on
that
this
Sim can be pretty good. If your defense, that Sim can also be pretty good. So, I can kind of see the vision from Aphrodite, especially if they go and ban something like the Ven, if you feel like the Vendetta is going to be your primary concern. You might want to look at Venture as well if you feel the Vendetta was something that you could deal with relatively well. It's a good map option, but I feel if you're Aphrodite, you need to do a protect ban on your Sim. So you need to target a DPS.
Well, they can't ban the Sim. They can't ban the Sim because they just banned the Sim.
But you need to protect ban. Oh. Sombra.
Yeah, they already banned the Sim,
Oh,
so
yeah,
they can't.
true.
They don't need to protect ban it.
So they don't even need to protect. But they're going to ban the Ven.
I saw that coming. I saw that coming from a mile away. Okay, let me make sure to turn off Onron again, because if you hit all, it turns on Onron, and somebody's gonna find out and fucking play that character. Anyway.
The Ven ban makes a lot of sense.
They're gonna do that.
Now, I am gonna say, for Lokis, they have a very good opportunity here to try and ban the Ramatra. Because you've seen a lot of the Ramatra. It so far seems like Aphrodite's comfort tank in this situation. You can target that Ramatra, and it might give you a very good opportunity. I don't necessarily know what tanks some of these people play. We did have a switch, however. Aphelion is now on the tank, and Aurelia, who was on the tank, is now over to the support. So.
And the Anaban comes out from
Loki's.
Loki's.
There's a bit of a switch. There's an Anaban. I kind of understand it.
Honestly, great map for Ana. Ana is one of can show up on these dive maps. She can shoot from afar. She can, because this map has a lot of good long sight lines for her, and a lot of good. That's the one good part about this map too. There is a lot of good high grounds to sit up, especially on that second point and the first point. Not much on the third point, but on that first and second point, there's a lot of high grounds that the defenders can use to their advantage.
That is very true. So I definitely understand the Anaban. It's a little bit of a different perspective from what I was thinking of, where I was thinking, hey, you look at banning maybe that Ramatra if you know that they're going to be confident in it, but it's very much possible that they're also saving that Ramatra ban for a future. You never know. I understand the Anaban, though. It makes sense from my perspective.
Absolutely, and it could also mean that no one's getting antied anymore too.
Yeah. Well,
so that's off the map.
I mean, you say that, you do have Kiriko that can play counter the Ana, depending on which side you're on.
True, but not all
But that means you have
you're
to
not always
save
gonna
Suzu
Suzu the anti. Yep, exactly.
Which is part of the challenge in that. So
I'm assuming that I'm gonna assume that Loki here is probably, they might run the ball here. I don't like, Malga can work on this map, but I would expect Nico to run the ball. They can't run the Vendetta. Surprise Winston. We could see a surprise Winston.
Which would
But
make a
also-
little bit of sense with the Ana, the sleeps, and stuff like that, but you never know. For question from chat, what's the ban for Afro? Afro banned the Vendetta.
Yes.
And Loki's
I don't know where you're
banned
seeing this, but
Ana.
yes.
Oh, the Discord chat.
Oh. Okay.
The non-chat.
Anyway.
Chat.
The chat. Anyway,
how's
all
the
right,
chat?
we are going in right now. Boom, start.
Alrighty. I'm very interested in how it's going to go on Divine. I feel like this is now the turning point for these teams.
I am surprised they did not put Mr. Cool Banana back on the DPS though with that venture. He was doing very, very good on the venture, and venture is pretty good on
Well,
this map too.
Roster locks happened before bans.
This is true. They could have. I mean, they could have
So
run
I
a
don't think they're
Viper.
able to switch the positions.
They could have done a Viper Mr. Cool Banana on DPS too, but will see the Viper on the Cassidy and the Silent Ace
She's a natural
on
leader.
the Sojourn. Nico pulling out
Surprise
Hazard.
From your
That's interesting with the Hazard, and then we are running Lucio Kiri on the Loki side as well,
Now,
and then on the
Torborg.
Aphrodite side. We have, we're gonna get to that. We have Sigma. We have Genji on the Sigma. We have Mod Hobbs on the Sojourn, and then we have Ankrush on a Torbjorn, which is an interesting pick on this map. I
Now,
guess
can kind of understand to some
I
degree.
can see it for the
You set
turret on the
turret
off
up-
angle.
You set the turret up on an off angle. You set the turret up on a dive thing.
Mhm.
I don't know if it would have been better to have the same as an option.
Yeah, and then we're also running the Kiri Bath mod for the support line. Loki's is gonna walk up the right side here. Nico is gonna get rough. Genji falling half HP, forcing him to use grasp here. Ankrush falling to Viper early. Lamp does come out, and Aurelia falling very, very low. Nico. Mod Hops does find a trade on Zulko, and Silent gets immediately traded Aurelia. That didn't make any sense, but that doesn't matter. Genji finding Viper. It's just pick after pick after pick. Mod Hops finding.
Finds one.
It is-
gonna
it
be
is-
able to take down Silent Ace, but
Now it's a
will be able
2v1
to
on
in the-
cart here, and it's just Cool Banana versus Genji, and
If I
Mr. Cool
had to
Banana
make
is
a
going to
decision
find.
right here early on, I don't know really the comfort level on it, but I would question if the Brig would be a good opportunity as Aurelia takes down Mr. Cool Banana. I question if the Brig would be a good option if you feel like that Hazard is going to be harassing you for most of the match. Maybe you go the Brig so you can push them away, but if you feel more comfortable with this map, it's honestly not the worst option, especially with how Nico is going to first when you set up. Try and make their life a little bit more
Genji Bay does pop the Sigma ult though, finding Mr. Cool Banana and Silent Ace though, or Viper I meant, not Silent Ace. Deco, that early fight came out and just got exploded by Mod Hobbs and Aurelia, forcing him to fall back, and then Genji just walked on. Sigma did Sigma things and walked on this entire enemy team on the entire team.
We're seeing a
We
Sig
will
mirror now, kind of a little bit to deal with the Torb turret if I had to take a guess.
And then Silent Ace opting for the Sojourn instead of the Genji. I don't know if they already did that or not. I don't know if they did the last fight. I think they did.
I think they might.
I did not notice it until now. Nico falling half HP though. Genji Bay
Forcing out the rock
getting the
early
Kiri
on.
from, across the map. Zulko, Genji finding Zulko though. He does get rocked, falling half HP, forcing grasp. Viper does find Ankrush in the mix of things. What a rock by Genji on the Viper. This guy is fucking Kobe Bryant incarnated.
Mod Hobbs does have this overclock. They feel they need to use it. I feel like right now there's been but you could very well see them popping it a bit in base and trying to pick onto Nico. Also worth mentioning again today, they did have a recent PC upgrade. A lot of people might have noticed in updates matches that their mouse movements were looking a little laggy and things like that. That was due to PC issues. They have upgraded these new PCs. issues are going to be kind of handled in. Genji's Bay will probably be able to have a little bit smoother game when trying to face some targets.
Noon comes out from
takes down 2.
them. That is OC and Window out of the picture here. Beat does come out from Mr. Cool Banana. Genji falling very, very low. Molten Core coming out from Ankrush to try to save the fight. And Lucio also does pop the Curie Rush and gets mirrored by Zulko's Curie Rush. And that's fight win for Loki's. Loki's does end up getting the point, but they also traded 3 ults for that? I think, yeah, 3 ults for that.
It's an ult dump fight, but that's kind of what you need to do when you're on the end of your board for Loki's. It's a very good scenario for them. They still have 2 ults that are coming up, so they're not necessarily super far behind. What's interesting to me is if Rush decides to make a switch at any point. I would not be surprised if they go to something like the Sombra and really try and punish going on his grasp. But I could also see them staying with Loki. Except for Viper, I feel like he's going to probably still have his pass.
Genji Bay pops Sigma ult, finds nothing sadly in the middle. Oh, we do have. Oh, Viper does find Mod Hobbs. Sigil finds 2.
Sigil doesn't get the target. Silent Ace can take down Viper. Lucio on Fury gets taken out. Genji's Bay is kind of left
Lucio
alone.
on Fury.
I know, it's the name.
It's like I mean like Lucio falls. Wait, they don't have. We don't. There's no Lucio on the team. What do you mean?
Oh, their name is Lucio, literally.
Yeah, and it's not even like the actual spelling either. Like, cause it's Lucio, and now it's Loucio.
Viper's coming up on this high noon here. It's gonna be interesting to see with that high noon at the top early. Where are they set up for this next one? Are they looking to kind of use it out in the open? Or are they looking to kind of offer? I'm gonna have to deal a little bit with this Lucio kind of test some of the space for setting up the game.
Amp does come out very, very early for Loki's though. And
I'm gonna take down the Lucio though. That's a good first pick. Maybe we look at trying to take over the fight without necessarily using ults.
Viper in their flank line though. Viper behind them, setting up for maybe a flank high noon. He might be coming back though.
For Viper at this point, I think they are gonna stay in this back area, just trying to stay undetected. They're playing Hitman, and Mod Hobbs is going to be the detective. He spotted out the lurking player behind them and taking them out, but getting taken out of the
one-for-one trade. I will say Mod Hobbs will get back faster than Viper does though. So it is 4v4 as of right now, but Mod Hobbs will come back faster. Molten Core does come out from Ankrush. It does find Ankrush though. It is Aurelia falling very, very low to the Sigrock. Lamp does come out. The ult does come out from Genji's Bay, and Nico matches spotting nothing. Huge rock coming from Genji's Bay. It does force grass. Genji Bay falling very low. Mr. Banana finding.
Good window, but they're gonna get taken down before they can fully use it.
It's just Ankrush left on the point versus 3 of them. They are 3 squishies though. He does need to touch the point here. Does he touch? He touches at point 2. He does need to stay alive though. Staying in the immortality field. Zuko falling half HP. Genji Bay is back on the Rhine. This is oh my! What a touch coming from Ankrush. His life was not in vain. I will say that. He Lucio TP'd, and that is a very good Curie Rush to win them that fight. Now we are. I know the Lucio TP'd. What do you mean Lucio TP'd?
I love the
Nico falling very early. Curie on coming from the right side. Mod Hobbs does pop overclock, trying to delay that touch from the right side. Lucio coming behind them onto the Ankrush finding Mr. Banana. Zulko falling 1 HP. Oh, and that's just fight over. And that all just happened so quick. There's nothing to commentate. It's so quick.
But hey, they kept it to just 2.
That is true. They kept it 2.2 meters.
Also, for anybody looking in the Twitch chat, don't mind the random bot account that has decided to post their link.
What the fuck?
Yep. Just
We
making
specialize in
aware so
providing
that
Twitch
someone
channels.
could-
Okay, can we like get a
Yeah.
mod to like fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
Stick a
I'm
fuck
not
you.
modded, but I will tell them how it is. So yeah, just
Like-
if that's the case, don't worry about it.
Don't press the link. Or I mean, there's no link. Yeah, don't press
The
the link.
link as untouched as they are, and you should. be
Yeah.
fine.
Okay. Just don't press the link, or somebody will be showing up your house recently. I will say that.
There are no hot single milfs in your area.
No, there is not.
Not sure there was enough space.
But
I could almost
These
hear the
websites do not
after
work.
that, we are going to see the Symmetra now from the side of Aphrodite, but they're running a Reaper, and I do kind of like that counterplay here. You're looking to stay close. You're looking to keep yourself available to delete the Sim TPs and delete the rest of the team if you catch them trying to TP to a location that you're in.
And
Just kind of hide and keep yourself on those angles that they're going to want to try to go to.
you do have that Zen on Loki's to help amplify that damage that does come out and try and help burst some of the like Aurelia or the Sim after the TP too, with the help of the Reaper as well.
The Zen is definitely going to help on the DPS side of things as well. Just being able to spam these right
Mod Hops finding some cool banana here. Genji falling very, very low. Lucio fighting Nico. It's down 2 on Loki's side. Viper falling very, very low. Reaper still behind them. Will touch for a little bit. Won't. Well, it's being for. Oh, he just dies. Okay.
Yeah, we'll be picked off at the end. The rest of the team was not there with them, but it is an early fight for Aphrodite to take the victory on. And they're keeping the space that they gained from that fight, and they're trying to keep aggressive with it. Caleb now has just been unlocked, but Ethereum is playing up close and personal against Nico, forced into their locked state.
Genji falling very, very low. Nico does find Genji. Silent Ace back onto that Pharah. That I would say won them that last map, and it is seeming to be working so far.
And maybe this is a little bit of the reverse from what we had seen before. Now they're running the Sombra with that mix of the Pharah as well. So maybe now they're kind of trying to flip the page. Say,
Sombra
we saw
is-
that you guys had Sombra. Why don't we run it back with our own?
I will say Sombra is posted up behind them,
Get them off the payload.
looking
Now,
for a
same
cheeky
thing.
attack.
Same thing that they were looking at before, as Aurelia takes them
The
down.
Viper though. Genji falling very, very low on point with that Discord orb. Like I said, that Discord is going to hinder Genji a lot. Nico pops the rampage. Ooh, 3 ults coming out.
But it's not necessarily going to go fully in vain. They're going to be able to take down 3 with it. Viper's kind of the only one left in a position to touch. I'm curious to see do they try and force to go to a second, force like a second touch to stop them from getting the second point, or do they just kind of try and reset? We don't have EMP, so I don't know how long they would be able to stall on a touch depending on how they fix.
Ooh, Oncrush turret finding Silent Ace in the air. Nico falling half HP. Genji falling 1 HP. The Zen Trance comes out to save Nico. Oncrush on high ground falls to Viper, or to Nico. Viper finding Aurelia here. Mod Hobbs opting for the escape option with his
Quick.
life.
Observer, if you can. I was gonna say take a look at Lucio. Lucio's all the way back trying to set themselves up in a position where they could try and stall, not be seen, and then touch at the end.
He just
But
peeked
they
a little
got-
bit too
they got
early.
picked off, or they got spotted before they could.
I don't
Now,
think they would have
you
let
to
them
be aware
C9.
of it. I think
He's falling up top here. That is true.
Trying to take the
That was a little bit more of them walking off the point.
You're gonna see the Kitsune rush. You're gonna see
Genji's Bay finding Nico early. Silent Ace popping Pharah ult, finding one. The EMP does come out and get immediately traded, and it's just Zen sitting up top. Will they find him? We shall see.
I feel like they will. The Zen Poppy's Discord as well is going to be a big part. Mod Hops
Is a
will take
very,
down
very
Zen.
big step
That's a
here coming from
stagger.
Aphrodite.
Viper has said, alright, the Sombra did not work. Let's go to the Soldier. Let's lock the legs. Silent Ace and take down Mod Hops, who arguably should be the primary thing that they'll have to worry about. And despite the fact the match chat is not visible on stream, Mod Hops respecting it, putting in a nice shot at the end. After getting taken down from that there. Now,
We'd love to see a
Alder's
little
going to
bit
take
of
on Viper
respect.
and does have the ult in hand if they decide
Very
to
big
use it,
pick.
but they do have
Nico-
to worry about from the
Nico
side.
popping form in their backline. It is a 3v1 on the, or 2v1 on the Nico. Nico is going to very low. Mr. Banana is going to, you know, try and save Nico in the backline, but he is going to be forced out and like making him fade. And it's just right now, it's just a three. Where is he? Hello, Mr. Cool Banana on high
He's
ground.
looking to try and flank,
In the-
maybe cause
in
some
behind.
damage from behind from the
Lucio falling half HP to the flank Moira, almost dying to the flank. Does he died to the flank Moira?
They do.
To the flank Ra.
Crap.
Banana, a very
Still
big
have 3
distraction.
minutes.
Very big
They can
distraction.
build up on these ults. Mr. Cool Banana will be probably
Ultimate
a
is not
main
ready.
damage dealer for the rest of this opportunity with a lot of burst healing as well. And that'll be pretty helpful. It'll be interesting to see though, they have ults in place, they have beat, they have the window, they're coming up on the OC and the Kitsune. They don't have that much part of the payload.
Wall does get put up by Onkrush. In the backline on Onkrush, will he find getting solo ulted? Silent Ace falling 1 HP to Mod Hobbs. Mod Hobbs getting the trade, and Zuko finding Genji Bay. Nico rushing the backline in his form. He's actually full HP. I lied. Oh,
Yeah, full
okay.
HP.
I
But
saw
you are
him
forcing out ults.
fall. That is true. That is
That's
Wall
your goal.
for the Pharah ult. On Loki's side, we are looking at a Ramatra ult and a Coalescence. Viper on 77 to his ult, to the visor. And then on Aphrodite's side, we were very close to the Ramatra ult. We have the OC, we have both support ults, the beat and the rush. Onkrush is going to fall very early to the Viper. Aphrodite fighting on this coast
Nico
side.
barely
Genji falling
gets-
very, very low.
Almost gets moved off. Because
Silent-
they have a minute 30 now.
Silent Ace just raining terror on Aphrodite right now. Outputting a lot of
Viper
damage.
is giving them a lot of troubles right now with this silver. Blocking the legs was a good pick for them. I'm curious to see, do we stick with this sim? Or do we make a switch to something like the Sombra to try and deal with Viper on a more one-on-one level? Because Viper being able to set up in the positions that they are, and they have a shot of so much value. Just kind of sitting there and spamming.
Absolutely. Silent Ace falling Genji.
Down again.
Viper
These are
finding
ults
2
that
with his ult.
These are late
It's
ult
40
kills.
seconds left on the clock, and they
You've
looks
got
like
Kitsu,
Aphrodite
you've
pop.
got the
No, they
Rampage.
pop Kitsu. They pop
popped
Kitsu,
it.
and they pop Kitsu and Sojol. All they're looking at left is the Lucio ult and the Ramatra ult. And on the Noki side, we are looking at both support ults with the Coalescence and the window, and then the Ramatra ult. Ramatra ult pops early with the
And
beat.
Ramatra ult
Onkrush
early
on the bastion now, forcing
Down
Nico to
one.
pop his ult and with the Moira ult. Lucio falling to Nico. This Mod Hobbs finding the Silent Ace. Viper falling 1
Touch the
HP though.
payload.
Nico's
Mod Hobbs will. Mod Hobbs will use force.
That is-
Make sure there's no C9.
window or Nico falling very, very low. Window does come out. They need to either LOS that or push past it, and they're gonna opt to LOS it. But with this payload inside, cannot go with Silent Ace gets
Silent
3
Ace gets three.
with 4 actually, 3 with ult, and that's going to be mapped. It's 2-1 towards Loki.
Loki's did not necessarily have the lead going into
Play of the game.
the attack when you looked at the momentum, or their defense, looking at the momentum against them. They were in a really tough position, but with their backs to the wall, they managed
Justice reigns from
to
above.
take it back and full hold and keep it to a map of victory despite not being able to full cap for their attack of Numbani. So now Aphrodite, now their back is to the wall, being on match point, having Loki's on match point, needing to make their next choice of map and ban for map 4 to try and keep themselves to be in a map 5 situation.
Right now, all we have left is we have escort and then we have push, and I think that's it for all the maps, if I'm correct. What do you
Yep.
think that what map do you think that they're gonna go to? Caustic.
I could see them trying something with. I feel like they'll probably want to go with. Push.
Maybe push is a
The
very
reason I say push is I can see Loki's setting themselves up properly on push, and I feel like Loki's will have a better chance to take push in a map 5 situation. So I feel for Aphrodite, if you get to that map 5, you want to put yourself in your best shoes. Yes, you did just come up with a map loss, but it was a very close match. So maybe you keep escort as your map 5 and you go with push first.
Absolutely. Push is a very, very, if you get like far enough ahead, you have to, like, for push, you have to win fight after fight after fight. Like, you have to win like 2 fights in a row just to get any progress on your bot if you get full pushed onto, which is why a lot of people don't like push. I like push for myself, but that's why a lot of people don't like it, because you have to win constant fights, and if you win one fight and then you get it to halfway and then you lose the other one, you're back in the same position, and it's like it's a lot, which is why a lot of people don't like it. So
That's your summary of push for the night. Push.
yeah, that's
It's a
yeah,
lot.
it's a lot. You put like you think it's a very simple game mode, but it's very, very not. Like you stand near the bot. I mean, all of them are very simple. You know, you stand on the point, or I mean, for control, you stand on the point and you defend the point. Escort, you push the cart. Hybrid, you cap the point, then you push the cart. Flashpoint, you cap the points. But push is just you stay on the bot, and you know, if you full push them, but don't like, you know, fully get it, you have to win 2 fights for that before that too.
All right, so they do have the map selection. They will be taking it to Route 66.
I like Route 66, a very good map choice. I feel like
It's a pretty good map, but I feel like that Farah will probably get a lot of value.
That is true. I wouldn't be
It's
surprised
gonna
if I
be a
see a Farah band coming out here too.
I
And
wouldn't be
also the
surprised
Mako will be
either.
getting a lot of value here too.
Yes.
What did they say? Zulko for Angel? Yeah.
Yeah, they are swapping Zulko for Angel, and they're swapping Aurelia back for Genji's Bay. Genji's Bay will be back on the support.
And then Aurelia is back on the tank, and Angel Killer is coming back in for Zulko. Alrighty, Aphrodite's roster is locked. We are just waiting on Loki's, which I'm assuming will happen very, very soon. And then we are going to bans. Yep. All right.
Both rosters are locked. So what are your preliminary bans?
Yep. I
Well,
called
here's
it
one right off the
immediately.
bat. Farah's
Straight
ban.
off the bat.
Yep. Farah was almost as soon as both teams locked. Farah ban was
Yep.
immediately typed. So what do you think
Alright.
the response is going to be from Loki's?
I think that either going to try and ban the Ramatra, or they're gonna hinder Oncrush a little bit more with that Sombra ban too, because Sombra can work on this map, especially on that second and third point. She can
They
work
cannot
very,
ban
very
the
good on this
Sombra
map.
because of the DPS ban.
Oh, that is true. So I think that they're gonna go with either a Ramatra ban or what else does Aurelia play? I think they could go for maybe a queen, maybe a little bit of a queen ban, or they could ban the support. Oh, there it is, the queen ban.
Yeah, they chose to ban the queen. So, as you were kind of talking about it, they decided to ban the queen.
I'm in their heads.
You're in their heads. You're in their walls.
I'm in their heads. Just like what was it? It was it was, I think it was my last match. I was like calling out their bans to my team, and then they banned, and I'm like, I'm in your heads. I'm in your heads. Just listen to what I say and ban it. And they did that. It was only like once, but anyway. the one time high. The one time high.
Yeah, the peak of one time.
Yes, the peak of one time highs. Alrighty. Don't take that out of context, by the way. Alrighty. Don't take that out of context.
Oof. But yeah, in the meantime, waiting for ours from both teams to be ready. Loki's on match point, but have lost a map in this bout. Both teams are ready, so we should be going into the match.
Alright, we are going in right now.
There we go. So Loki's on match. Loki's need one more map to win. Aphrodite need to win this map to force a map 5.
Now it's time to wait the longest 20 seconds of our lives.
And let's see what the preliminary choices are for these hero selections.
I am excited to see what these teams pull out for this last map too.
For the offense, Viper is on the Widow.
Ooh, Silent Ace.
Nico's on the Ram, Silent Ace is on the Soj.
Angel Killer deciding for the Allari. Allari very, very strong recently. Allari has been being played a lot, especially with her her damage. She is a very, very strong hero nowadays.
And on the side of Aphrodite, Aurelia is on the Zarya. You've got Oncrush on that sim.
Signature sim. He only plays characters with S in them, I swear. He only plays characters with S in them. Symmetra, Sombra.
Sojourn, which is a little bit of a difference. I'm curious to see if Viper will hit these shots out of spawn. That's always a fun game to play when there's a Widow on the screen.
There's a sniper. Careful.
Shot.
Nope.
They missed. Just barely.
Just barely.
Looking at Mod Hobbs at the time, they did in fact miss the shot, but now Nico's already placed on Viper's looking for
the pylon being thrown into their into the enemy backline. Meatball comes out on the high ground. Very big Meatball. Genji Bay falling very, very low on the high ground too. Viper shooting from that high ground. Hasn't swapped off the Widow, the first pick Widow yet. Mod Hobbs sneaking up on Viper right now. Oh yeah, Mod Hobbs. Oh yeah. Mod Hobbs does find Viper. I don't know. Silent Ace does find the high ground here. Full rail. The sleep comes out from Genji Bay, missing the sleep. Viper does opt to switch onto the Cassidy off of the Widowmaker. Form does come out on Nico here. Oncrush falling very, very low. Mr. Cool Banana antied, falling 1 HP. Surviving though. Silent Ace falling very, very low also. This team is Silent. Ooh, Silent Ace finds Mod Hobbs in the end, and Viper gets Aurelia. And then this is just fight cleanup in here. And then Genji gets rushed on, and he is out for the count. And that is the first point for Route 66 for Aphrodite. It is a 3v4 right now, and they are playing very, very aggressive, I will say.
First point for Loki.
First point, I did say Aphrodite, didn't I? It's okay, at least I wasn't saying everybody has high noon.
Okay, anyway. We can both make mistakes.
Aurelia falling to Nico very, very early here. They did play, I will say, they did play very, very aggressive for being down one. I think it was actually they were down their Ana, which is one of their most vital supports to keep their tank alive, especially as how squishy Zarya is.
Yeah, but the Zarya, without having the rest of the team even kind of a tough situation. Now look for that Zarya that's able to, get some bubbles, do a lot of damage. Hopefully once they have bubbles to fight targets, just kind of trying to keep some pressure in without going too far. Both bubbles are all left to use. Walks on right now, but Anna will go through his arm.
Dude, come out from Viper. Huge grab from Aurelia that will win them the fight. And Modhobbs does decide to pop the Sojourn ult. And now the only ult that's left, now it's 4 ults versus 4 ults, and now the only ults that are left on the map, or on the roster, is Nico's Ramatra form and Sim's wall for Ankh Rush. That was a 4 ult fight, that was an 8 ult fight. Very ult dump. Very, very ult dump.
Very much an ult dump fight. I'm curious to see here the Sim wall, while it would be beneficial in most ult cases. I don't see how it'll work.
Silent Ace falling very, very low, really early. Oh, big anti on Mr. Cool Banana and Nico. Mr. Cool Banana falling very, very low. Modhobbs falling very, very low also. Silent Ace also falling low. Both DPS are down for Lokis. Aurelia finding Mr. Cool Banana. Aurelia also finding, looks like, and maybe Angel here. Modhobbs getting the final. Viper switching on to the back to the Vendetta, and Nico falling. No ults. That was a very, very dry fight, because all of them were gone.
Yeah. Well, you did have the Ramatra Rampage, but I feel like they're not in a position to really.
Yeah, they were very, I wouldn't say like it was just him left on point. I've seen a lot of Ramatras like to pop their ult when they're the only one left, and then like, see, it's either you pop the ult and you kill 5 of them and you're the only one left, or you just get blown up immediately. There's been a lot of both. But Viper on the Vendetta again, almost finding Modhobbs, 1 HP. Viper falling very, very low. Lucio finding that Viper. Nico and Angel coming behind. Nico, Angel, and Banana coming behind them. Banana falling 1 HP. The lamp does come out though. Lucio falling extremely low also. Ramatra getting antied here. Modhobbs does. The Ramatra ult does come out and it gets slept by Genji Bay. Genji is probably going to die to the Ramatra ult.
Very good sleep, despite the fact that they get Elan from it. It keeps the rest of the team in the fight. Aurelia is looking to pick off the rest of the targets. Viper's on the
Viper and Silent Ace all 1 HP.
They're moving the payload. Shut it
I will
down.
say, like you said, very good sleep from Genji's Bay onto their Ramatra, but they just could not find a way to escape. They could not find a way to escape that Ramatra and survive that. They was just jumping out.
Viper kind of being his backline
Very good wall from Ankh Rush. Very big grab again, and the Modhobbs does pop another one. Actually, it's an ult dump fight from Aphrodite this time, deciding to pop 4 ults for that one fight, and we have looks like 3 coming up on Loki's side. We are having the Silent Ace ult with the overclock window and the Captive Sun, and we are only looking at Nano for Aphrodite.
Right, but the time is going to be a big factor here.
This is true. Lucio does get hacked. For finding Lucio. Nico here, forcing Window to come out. Modhobbs raining terror in their backline, I will say. Nico falling very, very low again. Aurelia is full charged here. It is a 2v3 right here. Silent Ace falling 1 HP too. Banana falling very, very low. Viper finding Aurelia. It is just Modhobbs and Lucio versus Mr. Cool Banana.
Ooh, that's a great play there from Lucio. Getting back
Absolutely.
to be able to boop out Mr. Banana from the grab to get them to a position where they could get picked off by Mod Hobbs, and also to
Initiating match.
be able to force the overtime away. So now Aphrodite will go on the attack, and they need to get up to this roughly second point full cap. Not necessarily complete full cap, but they
Almost
have to get
there.
a lot of progress to force a map 5 now, as they will be choosing their heroes to start off on this attack side.
Very good push from Loki's, I will say, from that. It was a very, very good push from Loki's. They just couldn't find a way to break through that that Aphrodite defense at the end there. They tried swapping it up with the Vendetta, but it ended up not working, and they were sadly not able to get up to that second point.
Going soft.
Yeah, and now we have Mod Hubs on this Widow here, maybe looking for another early pick. And they do have a couple good targets, but from the side of Loki's, I do like what they're kind of running on the defense. I can see potential areas where they might struggle, but I do kind of like the concept that they're running here.
The Life Weaver's an interesting pick.
Well, the Life Weaver is mainly so that your tank can aggress, but not
And then come to safety.
overextend, and then kind of just be pulled to safety so that you have the tank with you. Mod Hubs looking for the Widow shot is not going to hit it right off the bat.
And he's going to
Is
swap.
going to go to the switch
First shot swap.
So, yeah, that's the same thing I do
He's-
in my comp matches. Over to Soldier now.
The classic King's Row thing.
Sin.
Oncrush does find Mr. Cool Banana. Silent Ace getting antied and falling very, very low. Oncrush is going to go to this high ground, get forced out by Viper on the Soldier. Oh, Nico falling very, very low to Aurelia on the low ground. Ana is trying her best to heal up Nico, but it's just too much damage for her to out heal. Viper falling very, very 1 HP, but does manage to escape with his life.
What the caster just SS? I think that was the Observer.
Wait, no way. There's no way that Bona screenshotted something. There's no way.
You never know.
You never know. I have to watch
But
that back
early on
after
here,
this.
Aurelia's gonna look to try.
Ooh, they do. Ooh,
test
Loki's
them
does
to be
not
able to
touch it
but they're
though.
Loki's will not be able to touch. So 5 minutes left for Aphrodite to get to this second point.
74 meters in 5 minutes. Not bad. Not bad. It is.
Not bad,
But
but
also-
they can be held as they had a similar time day on Numbani.
Yes, they did. They did enter second point 2-5 with like 5-ish minutes, and they did end up not being able to make it as far as Loki's did. Nico is going to find Aurelia very, very early. Oncrush does get the trade on Silent Ace though, and Viper immediately gets the trade on Mod Hob. Oncrush up top fighting both these DPS here. He does unfortunately fall to Nico though, as he was the last one left. I thought he was going to get somebody. I thought he was going to kill at least like the Life Weaver there.
Speaking of the Life Weaver already has the tree.
That is one good thing about Life Weaver. He does build tree very, very fast if your tank is aggressive as hell.
So with that tree, they can look at potentially using it for this next fight. From the side of Aphrodite, honestly, your best.
We have all
play
ults
here
on
is just to
Aphrodite.
try and force out ults from the opposing team.
Very good wall from Oncrush. The Sim TP does come out. Viper does decide to pop his ult on main, finding Lucio that is playing Juno. Aurelia does get Viper. Oncrush falling half HP on cart. Nico alone popping his ult on cart. Mod Hobbs does decide to pop his ult on the high ground. Cool Banana falling to Mod Hobbs. Mod Hobbs finding 3 of them, finding 2 with 1 singular shot. Lucio killing Nico. Oh my. Looks like the only one that's be able to touch my here might be Viper if they do have 3 on, or they might have a team regroup. But Mod Hobbs with that ult killing both supports with 1 singular shot. That's the thing I love about Sojourn. Her bullets penetrate. That's what I love about it.
And now, 14 meters and shortening as the time passes.
Bastion ult does come out. Oncrush does find Viper. That is, I will say, that is all the ults that have come from Loki's, and it's just Mr. Cool and Silent Ace, and that's a fight, and that's a map win for Aphrodite. with that last fight, or the second to last fight, I will say, Loki's just didn't like. All they had was the Bastional, and it was a very good engage for the Bastional. And then the Nano went onto the Bastions. They were giving a lot of resources to their Bastion to try and help them win this fight, and that was a very good idea. It's just I feel like they didn't have enough with the sheer amount of ults that that Aphrodite did have in their pockets.
Yeah, honestly, really good showing from Aphrodite and from Loki's, but I feel Aphrodite shined on that map. And now we are in map 5 territory. The last map will be Push, is it? Or
Yes,
Escort?
it will be Push.
Last map will be Push. Loki's gets map pick, and they do also get first ban. So, Push being the option, what do you think would be the best option for hero bans?
For here, well, let's look at map first. So we only have 3 choices, so there's a 1 in 3rd chance to get it right. I think that they're gonna go for the classic Runa Slop, as Bona likes to say, Runa Sloppy Toppy. I think that they're gonna go for that. Runa Sloppy is a very good map. I actually have not seen it being played a lot in this season so far. But I do think that they are gonna go Runa Sloppy. Malga is and I lied because they're going Coliseo.
Yeah, they are going Coliseo. I like the Coliseo pick. I feel from the side of Loki's, it is a good option. You're gonna want to keep it kind of close corners and everything like that. Maybe they don't go with the Pharah here, as we do see a little bit of a roster change. Ace is going to be coming in. Well, no, not coming in. Sorry. Zulko will be coming in to replace Viper.
And Banana is also moving to DPS.
Yeah, Banana's moving to DPS. Silent Ace is staying on DPS.
Now
Zulko
we are back to original rosters from first map. So we are ending it off as we are ending it as we started, with Aurelia, Modhobs, Ankrush, Lucio, and Genji, and then Nico, Banana, Silent Ace, Zulko, and Angel.
And right
But
now the
chat is trying to decide how to spell Coliseo.
yeah, just someone just put Gibraltar.
Germany.
German. Okay.
COLASEIOS. Okay, now we're bringing in Apex Legends and Marvel Rivals. Okay,
This is just deriving into chaos. So
this guy spelled Valorant with an E instead of an A. Valorant, not Valorant. Valorant. Looked weird. Assassin's Creed. Okay. Pong. Joe Biden. Okay,
oh
we're
my God,
okay.
Can you tell it's getting late?
Yes. This is what happens to people when it gets past
Loki's
9:30.
will roster lock their current roster.
Pokemon 2 White. Goated pick. Okay.
Honestly, a pretty good pick. Honestly,
Ban
honestly good.
Loki.
The
Ban.
hero ban.
Okay. And we ban Sombra.
Okay.
I
can
I
kind
saw
of see
that
it.
coming. I saw that coming, but I also did. I didn't think that they
Both
were.
did and did not see it coming.
And they banned the Malga. Wow, these are very, very fast bans.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that was. Well, so we have the Malga ban coming from the Aphrodite side, and then we have the Sombra ban coming from Loki's. Both very good bans. I was expecting the Malga ban a lot earlier from the Aphrodite side, but that does also hinder Nico from his one tried and true main, aka his one trick.
They have been seeing a lot of the Ramatra though, so
This is
I guess
true.
they feel confident enough against this Ramatra and this Ramatra versus Ramatra, or Ramatra versus Sigma if they decide to do that as their option. They feel confident enough that they can ban the Malga and force them into it.
I am interested to see what Nico does play on Coliseo though. Viper is
Both
out, so we
teams.
won't see a Vendetta coming out unless either Banana or Silent Ace can play the Vendetta. We might see a Venture come out though from a Banana.
Both teams seem to be ready, so
We are also
Map
ready.
5.
We are headed
We're gonna be throwing
into
into
map 5. Coliseo. Going in. 3, 2, 1, boom.
All right. Assembling heroes for the last time tonight. They have a little bit extra time.
Longest 30 seconds on my life.
Decisions. 30 seconds will be a long and difficult 30 seconds. But it'll be interesting to see. I am very curious what these rosters will look like just off of the start.
You know,
I'll
looking at this
probably read off
map,
Aphrodites if you want to take Loki's.
you know, looking at this map is nice and pretty. You know,
This
as a
is very
spectator,
beautiful map.
this is a very, very pretty map. I remember just like the main part of the map just looks like fucking what is it? Dressrosa
It is surprising
arc.
that they would resist
So
Looks
we
like the
see
Dressrosa arc.
Junker Queen from Nico, the
champion
Venture
knuckles.
from Mr. Cool Banana, the Farah from Silent Ace, Zilko on the
Very, very
Lucio,
strong
Angel Killer
Farah.
on
Very,
the
we've seen it
Juno.
before.
For
We've seen it before.
Aphrodite,
Very, very strong Farah.
You've got the Ramatra, Mod Hobbs on this Soj, a big staple pick. Onrush is on the Genji now. So I guess they do play something that doesn't start with an S. Lucio
I will say,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
Lucio and Aphelion.
Senji, yeah. Does find Mr. Cool Banana very quick. Very good pick from Mod Hobbs. Nico decided to go into their backline with Zuko. Aurelia popping for him on the Lucio. Lucio falling very, very low. Aurelia is also falling very, very low. Might get picked off by the Farah here. And he does, the Farah does end up picking him off. Genji finding Angel, and it is just a 2v4 coming from Aphrodite, and Silent Ace does fall, and then there goes Nico. Mr. Cool Banana coming back from spawn, escaping early.
They found the early picks they needed, and they found them on the heroes that they needed.
Absolutely. Very, very important pick from Mod Hobbs. They are C9ing the point, I will say that. No one is touching the point.
Killer's getting taken out by Mod Hobbs.
Mod Hobbs
Lucio
making these
will
key
probably
plays.
notice it. Probably
Mod Hobbs is making these very, very like important and early plays here to help them win these fights, because they are down a Juno right now. Getting forced out by Mr. Cool Banana, but Ankrush does find Zulko, and Ankrush does find Nico with the deflect. Ankrush falling 1 HP, getting traded by Banana. It is a 4v2 rate, or 4v5, or 4v3. Silent Ace does find Ramatra, sorry, and English is hard. Anyway, Silent Ace does find Mod Hobbs, and Mr. Cool Banana does find Genji Bay with the, Lucio's still alive. Does he? Lucio just escapes with his life, maybe. Maybe. Lucio does end up escaping.
Someone call for security.
very good escape there from Lucio.
We
Able
do
to get
have
back with their team.
a Farah ult on the board coming, and looks like Farah's maybe going for a little surprise play on this backline, because these three are very, very weak on the stairs right here. She's going up for it, and she
Plan.
Silent Ace does find two,
Taken
but
out by
Mod Hobbs does get
Mod
traded. Mod Hobbs does get the trade. Aurelia falling very, very low. Nico finding Aurelia and just forcing both DPS back. Nico is looking for a second pick. Does end up finding nothing.
Nico's very close to this.
Zuko falling very, very low to Ankrush.
Nico here is very close. He has their ult. They are going to pop
Very,
it.
very big ult here. Mod Hobbs does end up popping the Soj ult to try to save the fight. Mr. Cool Banana finding Genji's Bay. Aurelia getting killed by Angel. And Nico ends up going down, or Nico ends up finding Mod Hobbs, and Ankrush falls to Angel. Very good attempt.
Early on, we've seen the fights go both sides. So, this is very interesting.
Enemy team is pushing
You've seen
forward.
Aphrodite start off well. You've seen Loki spawn very well. Curious to see gets popped. Who the targets are going to be? You're going to see Deceit get popped with it as well. Counteract it. But the Lucio will get taken down in response. And now Nico having to deal with a Genji on their tail. He is going to be able to block out and slash if I'm not mistaken. Nico will get taken out by Aurelia, but they did get to at least the early spawn. Inside of the distance.
Yes, very, very good fight from, very good blade coming from Oncrush. Just burning down that beat that was on Zuko. And very good pick from Aurelia, finding that that Pharah very, very early, so she can't really hinder their team a lot. Because that's what, I feel like that's what the Pharah has been doing a lot, just hindering their movement from being out in the open. Cool Banana, Oncrush almost finding Cool Banana here. Aurelia finding Nico very, very early. That is a very good pick. Moira fades out. Nico, or Oncrush notices, almost finding the Pharah. Pharah 1 HP. Pharah out like absolutely in the air. Very, very low. I feel like I'm calming in the actual game. What am I doing? Oh my. I'm losing my mind here. Mr. Cooper almost very, very big ult from Silent Ace. Genji finding two.
Gonna take down the both heroes that were mid ult. Nico will try and force a touch, but the push bot is going to go over to the side of Aphrodite currently.
And they have taken the lead.
Oncrush has been doing a pretty good job of trying to keep this far controlled, despite the fact that they're playing on the despite the fact they're kind of getting countered a little bit with that Moira.
Moira gets booped off the map from Lucio. Mr. Cool Banana does find Mod Hob. Zuko finds Genji Bay. Aurelia finding two of them. And it is a 4v or it's a 3v1 right now. It's just Silent Ace left, and Oncrush finishes the kill. That is a very, very good win coming from Aphrodite, but they did have to use 2 ults to get there, or 3. Was it 2? Was it 3? I don't know. It was 2. Okay. I saw the 15 on Mod Hop, so I was like, yeah. But I will say it was 2 ults versus 0, and Nico does have his ult coming into this fight. That's probably forcing out Suzu. Popping his ult, almost finding the queen here. Aurelia also does end up pulling his ult.
Getting closer and closer to this final destination spot.
Banana is still in the back line, terrorizing anybody who comes and tries to stop him. Oncrush falling half HP to Cool Banana in the back line. Banana is just
a very good deflect, however, on the Venture's abilities.
Aurelia did fall main. Ooh, Queen finds nobody on point though. With her ult. I think she got nobody. I don't think she got anybody. Anyway. Silent does find Genji here. Oncrush is going to look at the Silent Ace, who's falling very, very low. Nico does find Lucio, and then Angel Killer finds Oncrush to finish off Aphrodite. Now, this is the one part I don't like about push. This is the one part I don't like about a push. They have to win one fight, and they get to pass. And if they win this fight, then they get to push the bot again. And if they don't, then they're back in the same position that they were.
Very true. They have a lot of ults to do it though. They have to.
Absolutely, they do have 4 versus 0 is looking good numbers to me.
Mod Hop's very close to taking down Silent Ace in his back.
Lucio gets the trade though. Aurelia falling very, very low. Same with Oncrush here. The beat does come out from Lucio. B was only at 60 at the beginning of the fight. Oncrush does find Zuko. And Angel Killer is going to pop Coalescence here and might win them the fight here. Oncrush is in the back line. That was a very, very clutch Coalescence. That is true. They only used 2 for that fight, and Aphrodite used 1.
The issue is, however, that Aphrodite are coming up on a lot of fighting ults. So the ults that they use for Loki's have to be used at the right opportunities. Because you're not going to have the ult advantage. And
Mod finds Nico very, very early, but gets traded. Angel finds the trade on Oncrush. Zuko falling very, very low. Lucio falling very, very low. No pun intended. Mr. Cool Banana also very, very low. Finding Aurelia, but this game is a no tank game right now. Or this fight, I should say. It does look like Aphrodite's going to let Loki's push up a little bit while they wait for their tank to come back. and then they can recollect and hit them with one final blow. That is two. Oh, that is two ults coming in from.
There is multiple ults being popped, two from both sides so far. Looking to maybe hold on to some of the other ults if needed.
Crush does pop the blade. That is 3 ults for them. Well, do they pop the ram ult here? They do not.
They do not.
That is it is a 2v2 here with the Venture and Queen versus this Sojourn. This Venture is very, very low. 1 HP, in fact. Wow, she survives that. I know.
Does survive, but the rest of the team is going to be able to come back and touch.
Forcing Shout out of Nico. Modhov's falling very, very low. Nico still does have his ult for this last fight, which he does indeed put. He does indeed pop. Lucy to the Queen ult. Nico finding 2 in their backline. Aurelia popping form to fight Nico with the ult for all his HP. The Angel Killer finding On-Crush on point. Something needs to happen here. Something needs to stop these people. Nico falling very, very low. Aurelia falling to Angel Killer. Wait, Aurelia did pop his ram ult. When did he pop ram ult?
He popped ram ult earlier on in the fight. But they do have
I did not see them. They do have beat. Beat versus this Colt coming out very, very early. The beat comes out very, very early. Moira has no faith. The barrage comes out, falling half HP here. This is looking like a dry fight for the last fight. Silent Ace does find Aurelia. Genji Bay falling very, very low, then falls to Silent Ace. Looking like Modhobbs is coming in there, falling to Nico. Lucio finds Angel Killer. Nico finds Lucio. And that is Loki wins the series.
Loki's on the last.
Wow, that is.
Will take the win in 3-2 fashion.
And the Lucio play of the game to round it off. Very, very good maps. Oh my. This was a very, very entertaining game to watch.
Back and forth.
The entire game, just back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
And that's what we love to see.
And it was not necessarily the 3-2 is in fact a very, very good representation of how this map went.
This is how every map should go. This is how every single game should go.
Entire time.
This is how every single game should go.
Now, here is the question. Who do we give MVP to?
Are we doing team MVPs or game MVP?
I think it's game MVP.
Game MVP? I will say Modhobbs on that final map will be what he was like the entire scrim, or the entire scrim. The entire series, he was pulling out those clutch early plays too. And Banana on the Venture, he was doing very, very strong on the Venture. I wouldn't say like for the he wasn't like shining out like he was on the DPS while he was on support, but while he was on the Venture, that first and last map, he was doing very, very well.
Yeah, I mean, valid points. If I had to make a choice, I would probably lean towards Silent Ace. I feel like Silent Ace.
True, very, very true.
A lot of value. Really shined in a lot of these final maps and final fights, and I feel like if I had to make each choice, it would likely go to Silent
I
Ace.
do 100% agree with that. I think Silent Ace pulled out a lot of, he pulled a lot of things out of his sleeve in all these maps. The Pharah, he was very hard to counter with the Pharah. He like even when they would swap to hit, even when they did swap to they did have a hit scan, he would still pull out these plays, and he would still get these early picks, and he would basically like with these picks win them the fight with early because they beat down 1 or 2. And he has a lot of these clutch plays throughout all the maps that he was playing Pharah on too. And even when he was not playing Pharah, he was still doing very, very well.
Yeah, I agree. Fully agree with what you said. But with that, that is the end of the match tonight. Loki's will take the victory here in a 3-2 fashion, nail biter map to end all. I have been one of your casters tonight, Caustic. Joined with me has been Spade, Mr. Beast.
Beast.
That has been your Mythos Mortals division match for tonight. And we will see you all later.
Have a good night. Has it ended yet?
I hated every minute of that.
That was not that bad though. That was not that bad. I want to see. I want to. Please tell. Wait. I want to hear if my. Yo, our sound's still on, dumbass.
Yeah.